Can you clean my lens a bit? Yeah, that's there. It's beautiful. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Gunner's favorite spot.
Hi, YouTube family. Today is an absolutely gorgeous day here. We're sitting out on the front porch with the puppers.
Say hi.
I can't stop thinking about springtime. Oh, the sun is giving me all that warm feel. I have to admit something. One of my favorite things to do in the spring is go with Elysia to get plants.
Yay!
If you want to make Elysia happy, you take her to the plant shop.
There is a plant shop that I discovered last year and I absolutely love it, and they have gorgeous plants there. And I'm dying to go back, but everything is in lockdown right now and I need to have a what I call a resourceful budget for plants, because what I like to do is I only like to buy plants if I've like sold something or restored something and then flipped it, and I get to use some of that budget for plants. Otherwise, I feel like buying as many plants as I want to buy is kind of frivolous. So I like to like earn my plants, if that's what you want to call it. Philip's like, go buy whatever you want, but I'm like...
Well, it's because I look at it, my favorite thing to do is see you smile.
Aww.
And the easiest way to do that is take you to the plant shop.
Aw, it's so fun. Well, I'm excited that spring is almost here because I have lots of projects that I want to work on outside in regards to planting, because we did the huge build in the backyard last year.
Yes.
We missed a little bit of an opportunity to do a lot of the growing in the backyard and then building the raised beds and everything. Our weather cleared up from cold to warm really late last year, and so we kind of like didn't have the timeline where we early planted indoors and got things kind of pre-started before going outside. So I'm itching to get some of those projects started, but what I really want to do this year is do the next stages of the restoration of what we're doing on the screen and porch that we made, because we have realized that we've utilized it so much more than we even thought we would.
All winter.
All winter. We didn't even plastic it off this year because it hasn't been that bad, and so we really didn't even go to the extent of putting plastics, but I think this year we'll make those frames for winter framing, so that we can do it next year, because we're not always so lucky to have a semi-mild winter here.
Yes.
So I want to get some plant stands out here, because last year I figured that I just really didn't have a spot for them all to go up into the sun, depending on where the sun was rotating over the screen and porch. And we do have this sort of like greenhouse effect roof here because it's kind of just clear tinted.
Absolutely.
So we get beautiful light out here, but I want to be able to set the plants back and have them more a part of like the decor out here also. And so I want to build some of my own DIY plant stands, but they are ridiculously priced. If you go to any of the home stores here, they are so expensive, anywhere from like $40, which isn't that much for a plant stand, up to like $200. And I know that the $40 ones can be made for maybe like 10 cents. And the $200 ones can be made for like under 20 bucks. And so I'm going to DIY some today. Actually, one that I've been dying to make. Philip and I are going to make it today. And then later today, I'm going to make a couple smaller ones you guys are going to see on tomorrow's episode. I'm excited because I've never really made plant stands before. And as I get more and more plants, I need more and more places to put them.
Yeah. And because we want to redo the sunroom.
Yeah. One of the ones, the one that we're going to make today is going to be a tiered plant stand, and it's going to go out into this space. And we're actually going to be doing some huge, like I'm talking gigantic renovations in the house over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing our fireplace project and resetting the entire living room space.
Oh my gosh.
As well as that open concept dining room area that we're going to be turning into a dining room / office work area where we can do homeschooling, office work, stuff that we do for YouTube, editing, everything. It's going to be multi-purpose rooms. We're doing like new furniture. We're doing like absolutely everything that we dreamed of that we wanted to do into those spaces, which means that we're actually going to move this yellow couch, which you guys know is my favorite. I got it for $10 at a furniture auction. We're going to be moving this into the studio when we can put things into the studio room. We're going to be moving the sofas that we have in our living room here over into a game room that you guys have never seen that we are working on right now for our boys. So we have like furniture moving around to do because we want to get all of the furniture out of the living room, dining room to do this huge renovation. So in terms of minimalizing, we had some questions on the last video. Minimalizing for us doesn't mean that we're selling everything to DIY everything. I think there was a few people that were confused. We're minimalizing and getting rid of everything that we don't love and replacing with things that maybe we have to buy, but that we love and really want in the home. And then also doing some DIYs for stuff that we never even had.
Yes.
And adding purposeful, useful, loving spaces, things that go along with everything that we're all passionate about,
With that being said,
including the kids.
yes.
And we are obviously passionate about our 3 bassets, which is why we did the DIY dog bed. Someone thought we were making ourselves a couch. Oh, you're seeing some friends in the neighborhood? This is why he likes to sit here, because he gets to see other dog friends walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get started on our tiered plant stand. If you love plants, I wanna know, what is your favorite plant that you have? Because I'm always looking to add new plants to my collection. And sometimes I find them online, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have this plant. And you guys see them sometimes in my videos and you're like, what is that plant? So I wanna know, do you want a plant tour of what I have right now? Friendly, choose kind, no more.
No, choose kind. Hey, choose kind.
No more. All done.
Good
We
stuff.
built the DIY bed for the dogs, and our dogs are allowed on the couches because people were asking, why are we making them a bed spot? They're allowed on the couches. They just like to have little spots that they can go and snuggle. So yeah, let's get building our tiered plant stand.
Let's go.
As usual, we love to reuse, and so I found this scrap board in the garage. We have a pile of lumber in the back corner of the garage, and we were searching, and I think this is gonna be the perfect piece. It's a 1x10, I believe.
Yep, and we're gonna cut it into 3 1. It's like 1x10s are actually 1 by like 9.5. They're not actually 1x10.
Right.
And so we're going to make 3 1x3s because we need some 1x3s and we don't have any. So we're gonna make our own with this scrap piece of lumber. And we usually pick up any pieces of lumber we find that are kind of just around. We're gonna use a table saw and rip it. So we're cutting this plywood into 2 different pieces at the length of 24 inches. And then we're gonna cut the width of the plant stand separately because we want them to be 2 different sizes.
This is the leftover piece from the dog bed.
Yeah! Which was a leftover piece from something else we did.
we might be lost but not forever.
So what we did was, with the table saw, we cut 2 different sizes. This one is 13 inches and this one is 16 inches. So when we make a tier and this is up, there'll be 2 different levels to be able to put things in. And these will also be framed up. But before I do the framing, I wanna make sure there's no rough edges on any of these so that when we put it together, it's perfect.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
So just a tip when you're using a palm sander is that or sanding at all, is that I always sand with the grain. Even if it's plywood, you get a way better finish when you do it that way.
I really wanna know if
Now we're gonna use the 1x3s that we cut out of the 1x10 and we're going to make a frame. So this is gonna be exactly the same if you followed my framing a wood sign video. We're going to make a standard box frame because this is gonna get painted and so you won't really see any fancy corner cuts anyways. And so what I like to do is start with the shorter sides and then do the front and back longer sides. That gives it a really nice clean look at the front. So I'm going to use sports here and do the short sides.
there is a life I lead in this city.
Safety first.
Cut my
Safety
teeth.
first.
I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again?
When I'm using wood glue, I always use the Gorilla wood glue. It is the best I've used, and I'm going to just add it all along the bottom here. Remember we broke the top yesterday?
Yeah, and it went everywhere.
Everywhere.
I put it in the video yesterday, but I sped it up, so I don't know if anyone actually saw
It
me
exploded
spill it everywhere.
It was my fault. I let the thing clog and then...
Oh no, it was definitely my fault.
Well, this is coming out a lot better than it was yesterday.
You definitely want to put wood glue in because sometimes the plant and the soil and then adding water to it, it can get a little heavy. So you
Just
want that
really wanna make
extra durability, especially if it's going to be on the, it's not going to be out in the elements, but it's definitely going to be out in the temperature elements. You want it to last.
Feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth and show you what I wish I knew. My will is strong with the plate.
Because I want to have a second tier, I made it just a little bit smaller. I'm going to do the exact same thing and replicate these steps to make that tier. If you want more than 2 tiers, you just want to make sure that each of your tiers are at least a couple inches in depth longer than the ones from the top. So I did 13 inches and 16 inches. You might want to do 12, 16, and 20 if you want to do 3, but I think just a small little one for my porch will be perfect for my project. I'm going to use a combination of a small foam roller and a paintbrush and use my Beauty Tone paint. It's white. It's just called High Hide White. I love how fresh and white this is. And then I'm going to be using some neutral posts to hold up the stand. So I think it'll really help that white be like a pop of color against my plants. So that way the plants will be the focal point, not the color of the stand.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way.
Now that our trays are ready and prepared for the next step, we're going to make the stand that's going to hold these awesome trays that our plants are going to go in. And I want to leave these as a neutral wood, so I think the best option for me to use is just the pine 2x2s. Don't need to be too heavy duty. I'm going to first do basically a little shelf inlay on both of the widths. So this one I already know is 17.5 on both sides, and this one here 14 3/4. So I need to make 2 for each. And then I'm also going to cut a 2x2 that is the width, which we already know is 24 inches plus our frame, so 26 inches. I'm going to do a few pre-cuts, and then we're going to make our actual A-frame.
Always on a high, you were always on my mind, dear Wichita. The days we were told would never grow old here in Wichita. We were down by the river all through the night.
Right, so then we have to decide our triangle A-frame. How high do we want our stand to actually be? And I don't think I want it very tall, maybe 3 feet. 3 feet is just that tall. Yeah, it definitely doesn't need to be taller than 3 feet, right? I got power.
Such a sight. Watching all the lovers fall into the night. All the moods in a heartbeat. We're going back where it all began. The same ground under our feet. Starts to shake with you all we can. Winter time to spring, I remember everything from Wichita. This town is on its knees, you know God is overseas, I'm telling ya.
All right, I'm gonna move these out of the way. So this piece that's gonna go across the top is actually the exact same width as the stands. And so what I'm gonna do now is use my A-frames that I've created. I'm going to double them up together and attach them to my center bar. I knew it was gonna be tight because I gotta touch and get attached. Get there?
Yeah, that looks amazing right there.
Okay, so short brows. Cute.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I can take those 2x2s out that I didn't need, so that I can. Oh, sorry. All right. So now I need to put these ones on wherever height I want my Or we can move this one up.
Yeah, or that one up. Yeah, I think that's better,
That's
actually.
better?
Yeah. It was a mistake that turned out really good.
I was like, what happened?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
The whole time you're like, I measured it! Yeah. The measured the top or the bottom.
But I put 2 in here.
Oh, that was fun. Oh my hun.
This is literally my face is gonna stay like this. Ready? This is like my new favorite thing. I don't think I've made a DIY that I loved as much as this. I don't know if it's just because I love plants and I needed something for my plant stuff, but I think this turned out phenomenal. And the best thing about this is that you could make your shelving or your framework any colors you want. You could go super fun and do like a pastel pink or really fun yellow or blue. Like you could literally do any colors that match your decor. And because we're doing a lot of raw pine, I decided just to leave the framework of this raw. And I love that I did 2 tiers, and now I think I need one with more tiers too. So this might actually like stay inside with some of my indoor plants. I might make a different one for outside, I'm not sure, because I love it that much. I just can't even think about putting it outside. But right now, what I have in here, I have a spray bottle in here. I've ordered a really cute one off Amazon, but it hasn't come in yet. I found this vintage sun and moon ornament a long time ago that had a really hideous ribbon on it. And I actually removed it, and I love putting this with my plant stuff because I just think it's a super cute little sun face.
Yeah.
And I have my little pruning shears for my plants, a Sharpie for my tags, some little extra pots and handles. I have my little bunny ear cactus, which I love, and it's the only cactus I have, and I just love it. I killed all my other cactuses. I have some stones and a few little mini pots and some plant wire, some jute, a few extra trays, watering can. I have a gold one coming from Amazon that I'm excited about, but it's taking forever to show up. And I got these cute little gardening mini tools, I think at the dollar store, but they actually have really nice wood handles. I just thought they'd be super fun for staging or for the kids just to tinker in the plants, because Dayton always likes to help me, and I fell in love with them. So I'm pretty sure these were either from the craft store or the dollar store, but how stinking cute are those?
Amazing.
Now what I need to do is put on an indoor-outdoor poly to clear coat this, just in case any plants or anything leak any water or anything dirty from planting gets on here. I want this to be able to wipe off, especially because it's white. So that I'm going to use. Same thing I use for all my other furniture. I just use the wood shield. I get it at Home Hardware. But can you imagine that we made this out of just scraps from leftover stuff we did from some of our other DIYs? Like, scraps are the best ever, because if you have an idea, you can make it come to life. And Philip helped me out today with this, and I just love it. So let me know in the comment section if this is something that you'd like for your own house. What color would you want it? And don't forget, I asked you earlier in the video, what is your favorite plant? And tell me you love plants as much as me, because I'm gonna turn into the crazy plant lady, I think, because the more...
Turn into?
Turn into... I don't have that many plants,
Okay.
but I did tell Phil today that we needed some in the shower, and then that we need to be like an urban jungle, so maybe I am already a crazy plant lady. But let me know, what is your favorite plant, because I'm dying to get some new ones, but I don't know what I want. And Philip tells me go buy whatever plants you want, so I'm like, I'm on it. Help me out, YouTube family. So yeah, let me know if there's anything that you also use for your plants that is an absolute must that you want to have if you have a plant collection. Let me know what you think. I love you guys. Thank you so much for always being part of our channel. Our channel is growing every single day, and we are on our way to our goal of 200,000 subscribers for 2021. So help us get there. If you're new to our channel, hit subscribe. If you've seen our channel many times before, please share our channel with someone you think will enjoy it. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.